talk all about young filmmakers, that is, from CCSU, Central Connecticut State University. I want to introduce all these folks to you because they're going to be really famous someday, right?
Yes.
Just say yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So producers Alex Wise, Brendan Callender, and the star of their movie, which you're going to see, is Carla Medina. So thank you very much for being with us. And Alexandra Murillo. Thank you so much for being here. All right, being film students at CCSU, what does that mean to you? I'm going to start with you, Alexandra.
It means a lot of work, a lot of time and effort being put into whatever you're trying to put out.
What kind of filmmaker do you want to be?
I want to be more of a filmmaker that talks about issues and like underdog things that I relate to more. Being from where I am and being in the family that I am.
Tell me about your family.
So, they're all from Peru. The majority are from Peru. Me and my cousins are the first generation here in the United States. So we're very Peruvian-based, straight off, off the boat from Peru. They moved here to the United States about 20 years ago, I would say, the majority of them. And yeah, they've just been living in Connecticut, most of them, for the rest of their lives.
And your film is called The Immigrant.
Yes.
So that makes sense, right?
Yes.
And we're going to see that too. All right, Alexandra, Alex, that is, and Brandon, how did you two come together to make this film starring Carla?
We came together because our professor, our mutual professor, that was kind of both of our mentors, saw that we both needed someone else to rely on to produce this project, to have the confidence to join this competition, and he put the two of us together, and we just jumped right in, and we're teammates right away, just kind of,
So it worked?
Yeah, it worked really well.
Did you think it was going to work?
At first it was like, oh, hi, I'm Brandon, and she's like, hi, I'm Alex, and it was like, well, like, coming from my background, just being by myself to working with a partner, but obviously, like, over time, we gelled together and we, like, picked up each other's weaknesses, and which was really good. Yeah.
Filmmaking, is that something you've always wanted to do, both of you?
Yeah, actually, well, before I always wanted to, like, design things for, like, kids, like, make animations and things like that. And a few years ago, that's when I got into filmmaking, because it was just, I just like creating things. So that was like my favorite thing to do. And
Alex, how about you? As a little kid, were you making films?
It's actually a really recent decision that I made. I made it in my senior year of high school. I spent the entire last year of high school doing film classes. I originally was planning on doing biology or genetics, and I decided that wasn't creative enough for me. And I
thought, wow, okay. You listened to your heart.
Yeah, I realized how much I love movies and how they made me feel, and I knew that I wanted to do that for other people and share my experiences and have people feel and understand them.
All right, and your film is called The Act of Women, and your star is Carla.
I'm not a star.
Why did you pick Carla to be in your movie?
It was another aspect that our professor kind of handed to us, that he said, here's this really amazing group of women who are capable of amazing things, and they deserve to have their story told.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So they came to you and said, we want to tell your story, and you said what?
Absolutely. These women that, are part of the studio are just heroes, everyday heroes, and they deserve, to be highlighted for all of the efforts that they make, and they just have grown so much organically themselves and then collectively as a group. So it's like a culture, it's a movement, and it's a vibe. Like, they're called the Vibe Tribe.
The Vibe Tribe, I love that. That's another movie, right?
Yes.
You could call it that.
That is the sequel.
All right, so we're going to show you both of these short films that are up for awards. And we're so very proud of all of you. So we want to show all of Connecticut that, in the world, because this is going to be on the internet. So let's see The Act of Women, produced by Alex and Brandon, about Carla.
Hi, my name is Alex Wise.
Hello, my name is Brendan Callender.
Our film, The Act of Woman, follows an inspiring fitness group as they go on an intensive week journey of exercise, lifestyle change, and fundraising to aid the hurricane survivors of Puerto Rico.
And I hope you all enjoy our film, because we had a lot of fun making it.
A lot of people think they can do it on their own without support. A lot of people think that their mind can control everything. I believe that if they don't believe in something outside of themselves, then they keep cycling back.
With flooding and winds coming in at a high of 183 miles per hour, those cars and trees didn't...
When I started out in fitness, I just wanted to give people a good workout. But I believe that the goal is to find what moves people individually, and then collectively you have a movement.
My name is Carla Medina, and I am the owner and master trainer at Sudor Taino Group Fitness.
My name is Rosella Hera. I started taking some classes in the last few years, and I've been hooked since.
Come on. Believe that you can get there. Believe that you can get there. Your body wants to do it. Your mind is not playing. Lead in the spirit. Walk in your light. 7.
Part of my family on my mother's side was one of the areas that were hit the hardest.
6.
And so the need of aid in that area
5.
is large.
Never thought in my lifetime I would be
4.
seeing my people suffering the way they are
3.
because of this storm.
That's what they're doing on the island, is surviving.
2.
We have not gone out there to support the communities like we should.
Right.
Sudor really means sweat in Spanish. Taino represents the Taino Indians who settled Puerto Rico. We do variety fitness, so we do anything from kickboxing to boot camp. It's a spirit, mind, body thing for me. You know, your mind got to get right, and then your body can get right.
So the Fit Body Project, that is a project that we're working on. So they have to fundraise each $1,000. All the proceeds are going to go straight to Puerto Rico. Our fundraiser is actually funding people directly on the ground in Puerto Rico. There's no red tape where we're going. I mean, we're going into the heart of Puerto Rico.
Good morning, Fit Body Project.
Don't know what I signed up for. The money was the part that really kind of scared me off, but I'm not going to let that be a deterrent.
I'm ready 100%. I'm ready and committed. I have a goal.
Believe that you can do it. Faith trumps fear.
My fear lies in being disappointed with lack of response. I just don't think people get it. It's not about just taking, receiving, and wanting. It's about giving.
Basically, we're online every single day, moving through the project for a week.
We want to achieve our objectives, not only the fundraising, but to get you to believe in yourself and, you know, to believe in the entire group.
Day 2, today's going to be a busy day.
The fundraising piece of this is the hardest part for me.
Let's go. Work out for yourself. Work out for the group. Work out for Puerto Rico.
Day 3 completed. My legs are on fire.
Our GoFundMe campaign is at $2,780. So I felt like I couldn't lay my head down tonight without rounding it off to $3,000.
It's day 4, starting the day at 3,400. I found an anonymous donation.
Stay with it. Stay with it. Come on.
And you just donated $50, and I know how hard you work. Thank you so much.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Let's go. Let's go. Push. Just don't stop.
Yeah, just give me a call. $1,000.
I don't care how you gotta fix it. Just don't stop.
You might be giving somebody an opportunity who wants to help and they don't know how.
I got goosebumps watching that, which is what did you, first of all, what did you think as another filmmaker, which you haven't seen that yet?
I haven't. That was beautiful. That touched me. That touched me. That really
Okay, so as filmmakers, you just touched her. So that means you did it, right? Yeah. Tell me about this fundraiser for Puerto Rico.
So it started out as we're a challenge for everyone that was involved to raise $1,000, and I would train them for free, virtually, and in the studio, and monitor what they ate and things like that. And we kind of corresponded over the internet for the full week. So that's what we set out to do, and then we just doubled it. So we ended up raising $20,000 instead of 10.
Were you surprised you did it?
In my heart, I knew we would exceed it. But, you know, you're always saying, you know, it's another fundraiser. So there's so many out there going, and we had to make sure that the money was going directly into Puerto Rico. So I actually took those funds and was able to travel to Puerto Rico and, you know, actually see that money go into the community.
You have family there. Tell me how hard they were hit.
They were hit terribly hard, and some of them still don't have any power at this time. And you know, it's amazing to see how resilient the people are, though. And you keep hearing about it, that, you know, this person not doing that, this agency, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they're so resilient that the neighbors in the community, they really come together and they really help each other. And they've been, you know, each other's support during the whole time.
Did they capture your story?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was, you know, they both have, again, what they said, strengths and weaknesses, which I saw come out in the film, and they both learned from each other at the same time. And at one point, I actually looked back while they were filming, and Brandon was in tears. Yeah. He's like, this is just so beautiful, you know. So me seeing it is actually different than being in it, too, because I can actually see the people actually working, and I can see the love for their mastery or their craft that they have, because they did it with such love and support for what we do.
Do you feel that you hit it out of the park with this?
I feel there are moments that maybe we missed, or like ways that the story unfolded before our eyes that we didn't quite capture when editing the piece together. Like, we were limited by the time limit that the competition allowed, and it was this full, deep, long week of like information. So I feel like I'm very proud of the film that we produced, but I feel like there are some stories that are lacking that kind of don't capture the whole picture of what did go down and how much effort each of these women did put in during the week. But I know that I feel so proud every time I watch it, and like they said, I cry even when I watch it. Like, I cried as I was editing it, and I finally got to the end of the story, and I put in that uplifting music. And I was like, this is how it felt to be in that moment. I was able to recreate it on a screen, and that's where I feel the most proud of this film.
Brandon.
Yeah, this film, I mean, it was like an emotional roller coaster, because there was so much like good things going on, but just to be like, for them to do that because of the situation in Puerto Rico, it really was like, it was heartbreaking. But I'm just glad that you guys opened up our gym for let me and Alex to film this moment in my life. Like,
oh, you want to do it again? See,
yeah.
You even seeing the film,
yeah.
You can feel emotion,
yeah.
right? So you hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. And Alexandra, who had not seen it, felt that too. So you're making a difference.
Yeah.
You're making a difference. All right. Now, Alexandra, we're going to show your film called The Immigrant, and then I want to hear what you guys think of The Immigrant.
I can't wait.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Murillo, but you can call me Alex. My film is called The Immigrant, and it's about a Peruvian girl that comes to the United States with her father to try and bring their family up while she struggles to pursue her dream as a dancer. Thank you. It was cold. The day I came to this country, I was cold. I guess I could have worn a sweater, but that day we left with almost nothing. Not even all of my family. In Peru, the minute you're born, you're given a category. Mestizo, mulato, criollo, Afro-Peruana. That's what I was. I had curly hair, thick thighs, darker skin than most. I cooked every day, I cleaned, and I knew how to dance. It was all I knew. But I knew something in our lives wasn't right. I wore the same clothes for weeks at a time. Dirty, torn. Something was wrong. could feel the dirt stuck between my toes. But I still danced. My shoes didn't fit. Looking at them every day made me think, if my shoes can stay so strong, why couldn't I? Being the eldest of my siblings, my parents came up with an idea. I would come to this country with my father and work. Every rip, every tear made me dance harder. I was 14 at the time, but where I was born, age didn't matter. That day, walking through that airport, seeing every eye staring at you, were they looking for a reaction? Did he look suspicious? Being on that plane got us one step closer. Blend in, my dad said. Todo va a estar bien. I still danced. It was the only thing to hold on to. Here, I saw that my category didn't matter. When it came to changing my family's life, I saw I wasn't the only one trying to. Dance became my sport, my art, my identity. Those who live here don't see the same opportunities immigrants do. I got better, and I'm going to continue to grow. I won't stop. I have to succeed.
Alexandra.
Wow.
Terrific. Is that your story?
No, it's actually my uncle's story
It
of
is your
coming
uncle's
to the
story.
United States. Yeah.
Watching that, what do you think?
I mean, I kind of incorporated my own view because I'm a dancer. So he's not a dancer, I'm a dancer. He was a soccer player, and basically his life, I kind of added my own little spin and something I kind of could relate to.
What are you trying to get across in that film?
It's hard. It's hard when you're not born in the United States and you come here with nothing, like literally nothing. It's hard to make it up. It's hard to be stable, just reach stability when you are an immigrant or when you grow up poor or in poverty in some way. So I think what I wanted to say was, even though people struggle, there's always something in someone that they hold on to that gets them to where they need to go.
Thoughts about seeing her movie that you had not seen before now?
I loved it. It was like everything I wanted it to be in a way. It like just grasped me, like just how it was shot and the location and the story was really amazing. Like I was waiting for that movie to see it, and I'm happy that I've seen it right now. So good job. I love it.
Isn't that fun to hear? Good
Yes.
job. Alex, what did you think?
It was just so beautiful. I had seen every once in a while I'd turn back and look at a screen, and I only ever got to see the shot of the train tracks because she was just going and going and going at that one little section, because like that's how it works, is you spend several days just working out a 30-second part of the clip, and that's always what I would see her working on. And to finally actually see the dancing and see the dancer and hear the full monologue and understand the story, it was just so beautiful, and it came together so well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I thought that the dancing was just it was strong and then graceful at the same time, which represents the journey and represents the struggle and then the promise. So I thought it was beautiful.
Thank you.
What did you learn by making that film? When you see it again, and I know, when you're entrenched and you're making a film, how's the edit going to go and all the sort of the nuts and bolts, but what did you learn from making that?
Well, film-wise, I learned working outside is pretty hard, depending on the day. You got to work with what nature gives you.
Right.
But in terms of the concept of the video, I learned a lot more detail about my family, because that story from like my uncle's story, even though I think I represented it good, there's always a better way to tell it, and there's so much more detail that if it does get into a movie, it would make people cry. Like, it's that
evoking emotion, whether you're making them mad or sad, whatever it is, you want to evoke something from people, right? So what is the goal, Alexandra? You're going to continue on into film. What is the goal?
I am going to continue on to film. My most recent goal that I've set is to make the other films of my uncle's siblings, so my mom's and my 2 other uncles and aunts, because just their stories are out of this world. So I feel like I need to make those into films and just continue on making films like that in terms of dance, immigration, things I relate to.
You're speaking to a whole group of people by what you're doing.
Definitely.
Especially now.
Definitely, that's the goal.
Goals? Alex?
Lately I've been working on a series of films that are based in kind of female empowerment, which kind of I think I was led to after seeing how powerful these women were and watching them affect me as a young woman. I'm sorry, I keep touching. And how that was inspiring to me to see them all in shape and just trying to be their best in all aspects of their lives. I want to focus in on different aspects of females' lives where they sometimes are put down or they are shamed for things that they don't need to or they don't deserve to be shamed for, and kind of portray them in a new light that makes it okay and makes them feel like that's fine, that this is a part of who I am, this is okay for me to be this.
That's so important. We need that now more than ever. Brandon, goals?
Goals for me right now is to continue filming and get better, and just continue to create things, whatever comes to my head, to try to, make other people feel good about themselves and, just happy. So those are my goals.
And your goals as a motivator of women.
Yes.
You continue to do that. And where are you headed?
Well, absolutely. I'm putting together empowerment summits, and, I have a book coming out, and just supporting projects like these to inspire other communities to be strong and to support each other is very important to me. And just hearing her say that she's going or leaning towards more empowerment is gift enough for me.
Well, I think Central Connecticut State University should be very proud
Absolutely.
of you guys and all the work that you have done, and I hope you turn out motion picture length movies so that we can all see them. So thank you so much, Alex, Brandon, Carla, and Alexandra, for showing us your movies, and good luck to you all.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Spend all night kissing and the bump is right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked to find myself wishing I found the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Things keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride.